people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In studio, we're joined by the great Christian County CEO class. We have Liz Martin with Investor Relations, Cameron Adams with Recruitment and Investor Relations, and Amy Hagan, a board member with this great Christian County CEO class. How are you all doing today?
Doing great. Good morning to you, Tim.
Good morning to you all. I'm so glad to have you in. Coming off a couple of big weekends here. You guys have been doing things out in the community, especially Chili Fest. Let's get started with that. Talk to me about your weekend. Did we reach the goals that we were looking to reach this year?
I believe we did.
Cool.
So we sold quite a bit at Chili Fest. We ended up doing a lot better in sales than what we expected to. So that was very nice. And then we had some leftover products, so we went to the high school and sold those at like lunch and advisory and got rid of all that.
Perfect way to use the extras right there. And we reached the number goal. Let's talk a little bit numbers. I think we just got it from Amy Hagan. Compared to last year, we did succeed. What was the total net amount that we came away with?
Right around $2,600 was our net profit.
That is really great. And then my next question is, does this go back to Christian County CEO, or what is the plan for this $2,600 that comes from Chili Fest?
I think so. The plan for the money that we earn and work for throughout the year is to go back to us at the end of the year so we can each have money to help start off our businesses.
That's the main point right there, seed money. And Amy Hagan, we were talking, hopefully all of these CEO students can finish with $1,000 a piece to get this business started.
So the program's in its 10th year, and we've always had that kind of as the goal in the back of the mind, is that with all the businesses, the class businesses that are produced, that the end result of that is $1,000 or as near as we can to that being the seed money for each individual business. And, we don't always hit the mark. Sometimes it's $800, but, as close as we can. And then that becomes the money that, Liz and Cameron and the other 26 of them will have to, buy that inventory, that startup inventory, buy any equipment that they need, purchase business cards, banners, all that kind of stuff. Getting them prepped for the big trade show that is the capstone event that will happen in April this year.
Amazing. You're working your way towards the end of the year. We're already through quarter number one as I'm talking with these superintendents. So moving right along for you guys. Anything left to note about Chili Fest? Talk to me about your experience. Just dishing out those donuts, cider. How did the community respond to the business this year?
We were super grateful with the community, and we learned a lot of valuable assets, just learning like how to sell and getting people to our tent and all the prep work that got us to there.
Sure. Liz?
It helped us really work as a team, and that having that AM PM separation, it made us kind of bond together and learn how we can be better throughout the year this year for CEO.
I really wondered how the AM PM, a whole situation would fare this year, but you guys had almost strengthened the communication this year. So that is really awesome. Talking with Liz Martin and Cameron Adams, both with investor relations with Christian County CEO. Have we been able to utilize some of those investor relations techniques now that we're a few months in? We're already through our first business. What kind of investor relations techniques have we learned? Did we use in that first business?
So just like going out and meeting other investors that are investing in CEO, going out and thanking them, because we're just so grateful for them to be able to invest in our program.
Yeah, absolutely. Liz, anything else to add?
I'm just going to stick with what Cameron said on that.
Yeah, absolutely there. Amy, you're also part of the investor relations team. How many of the Christian County CEO students, I feel like I've talked to a couple that have been with investor relations?
Yeah, so the investor relations committee, whereby the students actually participated in that project, just launched last year. So this is the second year I've had a chance to actually work with the students in that regard. And what's interesting and yet a wonderful challenge is the fact there's 4 students I'm working with this year, 2 from AM and 2 from the PM class. And so, getting our heads together and figuring out a plan. And we're going to be doing that very, very soon with regard to hitting the streets after school and going out to the different businesses that have supported us in the past and say, thank you, letting them know what we've accomplished to date. And then secondly of all, I guess, in the event that we haven't yet received their donation for the 2024-25 school year, to just put that little friendly bug in their ear and let them know the importance of their money to our program, enabling us to continue with it.
Absolutely. Very important to get your faces in front of these businesses, not only for the relationships that you create there, but also, their continued support of Christian County CEO right there. So getting in front of businesses, something you guys are pretty familiar with. More recently with Christian County CEO, we took some trips to businesses, maybe up north. Did we go all the way to the big city?
We did go to the big city.
I love
Chicago.
I love it. What businesses did we take a look at up there?
We went and looked at Draper and Kramer and then Interiors Capital.
Okay, Draper and Kramer. Break that down for me. What do they do?
So they're a real estate investment group.
Cool.
So you have the buyer that wants to come to them, and they go and find like the best rates and help lend them some money.
Yeah.
And so they're like the middleman. They meet with the buyer and with the banks and get them together, so in that way they can make a deal.
Love it. And what's the second business you guys toured?
Interiors Capital.
Okay, what is that one all about, Liz?
They are also sort of an investment group.
Sure.
They kind of piggybacked off of another company, and then these 12 men came together and formed this company that is now called Antares.
Very cool. I mean, do we see some cool views out there? Were we in the big skyscrapers? Is it what I'm imagining right now?
Yeah, it was super neat.
That is awesome. Is this something that I remember talking about this last year with the 2023 CEO class? Is this something that they would talk about? They would come back with stories saying, and this is something that would energize you to get involved in 2024?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I remember feeling a little jealous.
I could totally see that. That's something that a lot of people would want to get to be able to do there. So that is really awesome. Glad that Chicago trip
Can
went
I
well.
just say they're
Please,
actually holding out on the best thing of
Okay.
all. And I would say two things. One is Lou Malnati's
Okay.
pizza.
All you got to say.
Yeah.
Yep.
For anybody who knows what great deep dish Chicago style tastes like, that would be it. And then the other thing, the view, 8 a.m., Draper and Kramer, clear blue sky, just an incredible view of Lake Michigan. And it's the money shot.
Yeah.
Just being up there. What were we on the 39th floor?
Yeah, something
And,
crazy.
you've arrived. And what's fantastic is the students get ushered into a boardroom, that has these incredible views, and there's name tags, nameplates at each of their stations around this boardroom table. And, we settle in like we own Chicago for 2 hours there. So there's really no better feeling than that.
That is amazing. And guys, really, no Lumalnatis? You're not gonna tell me about you guys got
I'm
Lumalnatis?
sorry.
That's the spot, but that is awesome. Did we enjoy our deep dish experience? If it was our first,
Absolutely, I did.
was it the first time we've had deep dish?
No, I've had it
Okay.
a lot, actually.
We're still in America, right? You might have had deep dish at one point, just a little bit southern Illinois, but that's awesome, Amy.
Well, and, I'd just like to say as well that Bill and Dan Barry, they were our hosts. And, of course, Mayor Bruce Barry's brothers. And these gentlemen, everybody in town knows who they are because they're philanthropists. Sure. And so generous to countless organizations and activities in our community, and CEO is very important to them.
Yeah.
And so this is an opportunity for them to literally open their homes, open their lives, open their existence to the young people, whether these youth know them or not. They know them personally by the end of the visit. Yeah. And it's really just an incredible opportunity to see not just them from a professional standpoint, but really understand them as human beings and why it is that Taylorville means so much to them, and why they continue to give back so generously as they do to our community. So
absolutely. And it's giving these students a full view of business. They get a lot of looks at inside local business, but then the corporate of corporate, businesses in Chicago, you're also getting a look at those. That is awesome. I know you guys toured our studios here at Miller Media Group. Hope you had a good time with that. Any more local businesses you guys have toured?
CTI.
Cool.
We toured CTI. CTI was very nice looking at their business. And then we also went and saw Timmy Tours.
Cool.
Which was a super neat experience. So those.
Cool. Timmy Tours the buses,
Yes.
right? And then they have a headquarters, I'm sure. I mean, that's an interesting business to go look at. Can we remember takeaways from the Timmy Tours tour?
So they picked us up in a very nice bus,
Cool.
and so they took us to their shop out in Moequa.
Sure.
And that was a super neat experience, seeing like where they do all their like repairs and just where they clean the buses because of my detailing business.
Sure,
And
yeah.
that was neat looking at all that.
And then pairs with you pretty well and pretty interestingly right there. We got to take ourselves a break right now, but I'm loving learning about all of the ways we are getting better with business this year and then bringing more into the Christian County CEO class. You guys are learning a whole lot, and I'm happy to hear about it all. Christian County CEO class with me now, Liz Martin with Investor Relations and Cameron Adams with Recruitment and Investor Relations, and Amy Hagan, of course, a board member and the Investor Relations coordinator with the whole group here. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of this WTIM morning show. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors and those tuning in this morning. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, in Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We'll be right back here on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Does your bank offer rewards on your qualified signature-based debit card purchases? If not, we need to talk. Hi, my name is Nicole Maloli with People's Bank and Trust. Join the growing number of our customers who are earning cash back on all qualifying debit card purchases. You already use your debit card, now make it work for you with Save by Spending rewards from People's Bank and Trust. Earning rewards is as easy as shop, sign, and save. Call 888-PBT-1954 and find out more about our Save by Spending rewards program today. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Shop local first.
Think about what a huge impact local shopping has on our local economy when our money stays at home versus shopping via the internet or with the big box stores. Your dollars get turned over several times, benefiting our communities. The Miller Media Group and these local businesses encourage you to shop local first. Davis Family McDonald's, located in Taylorville, Pana, Shelbyville. I'm loving it. These local businesses and the Miller Media Group ask you to shop local first.
Shop local first. All across the area, shop here first.
There's only one Central Illinois radio station that brings you the memories of the 60s and early 70s as you are cruising down the streets of your hometown. The dial position is 98.3 FM. The station is 98.3 WSVZ. From Macon to Vandalia and I-55 to I-57, cruising 98.3 plays the hits from early Elvis in the 60s to the British invasion of the Beatles, Herman's Hermits, and many more from the 1960s. Then we swing into the early half of the 1970s with artists like the Guess Who, the Doobie Brothers, and Elton John. Every song brings back something you remember about growing up. Set a button and crank up the station, playing good time rock and roll from the Tower of Power, cruising 98.3 WSVZ.
Fall means attending your favorite festivals and bonfires. Taylorville Care Center can help get you back to doing what you want, like attending a local fall festival. Find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
With over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays, WTIM AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online and listen to WTIM Ag podcasts anytime.
Your information station, WTIM.
We are back here on the WTIM Morning Show, talking all Christian County CEO in this one. Thanks so much to live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, in Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In studio, we have Liz Martin with Investor Relations and Cameron Adams, Recruitment and Investor Relations, both students within this Christian County CEO class, and Amy Hagan, a board member and coordinator with the Investor Relations team. We talked about the recent happenings with Christian County CEO in Chili Fest and their Chicago trip, all really great things for these students this year. Let's talk a little bit about not the future business yet, but mentor meetings. I know this is a big part of the CEO class, and getting paired up with your mentor, learning from them. This has happened. We've been paired up with our mentors. Is that correct?
Yes.
I love it.
It was a long wait, but we finally ended up getting them.
Sure.
We had our mentor meeting on Tuesday where we were able to meet our mentors that we were matched with and sit down and talk to them about our plans for the future and what we hope to accomplish this year, and kind of finding that connection of how are they going to help mentor you.
Yeah. Who is your mentor, Liz?
I have Kim Jones as my mentor. She's over at the Breeze.
Very cool. All right. I love it.
Mine's Adam Vokes, the former founder of CTI.
That's a great one to have right there. What kind of things have you been learning from Mr. Vokes so far?
So we talked a lot about personal and then business. So with my business model, being a mobile detailing business, he said that I should come up with like an app. So then that way you can just go on the app and put your detail down, and I just show up, get it done, and pretty easy.
It's a great idea right there. And 28 students in the CEO class. Is that correct? 28. Amy, I know getting 28 local business mentors was going to be a feat. We got really close. Is that right?
Yeah, we did get close. I think we fell short by 2. And then unfortunately, day of life circumstances as it was, we ended up 1 short yet even further. So it was a push there at the end. But I just, want to make sure that the community realizes that this is definitely a need that we have. And it's a wonderful way to be a part of the program, to get matched with incredible young people such as this, and to be able to have this established relationship for the next, what are we going to be together? Like 7 months, I guess. And know that you're making a difference. For example, the young person that I got matched with, Livia Havera, she told me that she was going to have her final volleyball game that night. And I showed up supporting her in the stands because I'm her mentor now. And I want her to know that I support her in school and academics and her athletics and in CEO.
Sure. And it feels like these relationships will carry well beyond your CEO years, whether you do want to stick with a business and you got a question for Mr. Adam Vokes, he'll always have answers for you. Amy, you're going to be here for these kids far beyond their time at THS, I'm sure.
Oh, that's exactly right. I mean, nothing excites me more than around the holidays in particular. It's not uncommon to get a text message from somebody that's already graduated from the program many years out and saying, hey, I'm going to be in town. You want to grab a coffee together or something like that, and it just lights my life. So it's wonderful.
Glad that the mentoring situation is going well over there. Glad you guys got paired with them. Only got about 3 minutes left, so we're going to work through a few more topics right here. Upcoming business people can start to get excited for out there. We have a bit of a time period that we can start to we can lay out, and we can also plug Christian County CEO. But Cameron, anything on the horizon for Christian County CEO?
So we've talked a lot about doing like some hot chocolate, and so Christmas in the park, and we're going to be there, I believe so, during that time selling hot chocolate.
Okay.
And we've got some other text messages from other businesses and some nice opportunities to be able to sell some.
Love it. So hot chocolate, we can expect that one. And we can stay tuned for a few more, maybe. Where can we stay tuned to online if we want to find you guys?
Christian County CEO on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well.
Yeah, I forgot you guys cover a lot of the social medias right there. I love it. 2 minutes left. Now let's talk our individual businesses, and you guys both got a couple of cool ones. Liz, what is your idea? What is your plan once the CEO year ends?
So my plan for my business is to start selling dog treats, and that's a model that I chose after my own dog.
Cool.
Bluebell, because she's very picky and it's hard to please a dog like that. So I just out of the blue decided to make dog treats for her, and it's a great business opportunity for me to make money off of.
I love it. You don't often find a dog where it's hard to give them a treat, but you've been putting an interesting scenario right there. You have a great answer for it. I love it. Have you been working with, have you been making your own out of fresh products? Are you sourcing them from a manufacturer? How is it working?
Yes, well, there's a lot of bad chemicals and treats that you don't really think of. Yeah. And when I'm making them, I'm using all real ingredients that are healthy for dogs and also are beneficial to them as well.
I love it. We're going to wish you the best of luck there, and we're going to stay tuned to it as well. Cameron, you got a really cool business model as well. What's yours?
So mine's a mobile detailing business. So instead of like bringing your car and having the hassle of trying to find someone to pick you up and get you there, I just come to you, so I come straight to your house and detail your car right in your driveway, and
That's awesome.
that's it.
I did not even think about the convenience of leaving your car a place and needing to stay there. I usually just stay there, but that's not always the option for people out there. So Cameron, wishing you the best of luck too. That is an awesome business, both of you guys, with really, really clear goals there. Amy, anything left to say about these two CEO students right now?
Well, it's never too early to plug our trade show.
Sure.
It'll be happening in April. I don't have a date for it. We'll talk about it on a future segment. But anyway, location to be determined, date to be determined, but definitely something to set in your calendar for springtime. You have a chance to see all these young people in the businesses they've created and show your support and spend your money with them.
Just so great. Amy, Cameron, Liz, thank you all so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Christian County CEO class with me for this first WTIM morning show. Liz Martin, Investor Relations, Cameron Adams with Recruitment and Investor Relations, and Amy Hagan, a board member. You've been listening to WTIM, your information station.
Now, Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville.